So I'm not surprised by this, to be honest. I wasn't actually even going to make a video on this, just like because it just seems like, especially this year in particular, it seems like, you know, I don't know, when it comes to like talking about negative things in like the gaming space or like whatever, it seems like it's either about, people losing their jobs or price increases. And yeah, I've kind of gotten to the point where like I don't want to say like I'm necessarily numb to it, but I will say that like it's gotten to the point where like I'm not even like I'm not even like surprised that this happened. And so if you didn't know, Microsoft or Xbox in particular, I want to say about a day or two ago, raised the price of Xbox Game Pass, or the Ultimate Edition of Xbox Game Pass, to $30. They raised that junk $10 more than what it used to be. I think it used to be like $20, and they raised it to $30. And people have been mad. Like people are not happy about this. And like I said, I'm not surprised that this has like happened, especially with like, freaking earlier this year, Nintendo, raising the price of their stuff, and then PlayStation, raising the stuff of their price as well. And now Xbox, they raised the price of their consoles too, and now they're raising the price of Game Pass. And yeah, it just seems like a no-brainer that this was inevitable to happen this year, or eventually happen or to happen. And yeah, I'm very not surprised by this. Does it suck? Yes, this definitely sucks. For me personally, I have never used Game Pass once. Like I've actually never used it for getting games, and because the whole thing with Game Pass is that like when a game, or specifically a first party Xbox game releases, it releases day one on Game Pass as well. And that was like one of the benefits of getting Game Pass, that you would pay like a cheap subscription, monthly subscription, and you would be able to get new games than having to buy full price games. That was like one of the perks of Game Pass. And it kind of just seems like now, because you would always hear the term, Xbox Game Pass is I guess like the best value in gaming or something like that. And now people are saying that, that's not really true, or is that really a thing that you can say now? And yeah, it's kind of gotten to the point to where like, and you see this with like, it's not even like just Game Pass, it's really just like subscription services in general. Like you see, with especially streaming services like Disney Plus, HBO Max, Netflix. You see this with those, streaming services too, with them, raising the price, or, a ridiculous amount in having to pay having to pay more just to not have ads. And like, because I'm pretty sure with Netflix in particular that like the highest tier, you gotta pay something like $25 if you want that version. But I think there's a version that's like cheaper than that doesn't have ads, but still like you gotta pay all this money. And it just seems like, especially nowadays, man, that like it's like, it just seems like these companies are like squeezing us for all the money that we have nowadays. It's like, obviously that's a very negative way to look at it, but like, yeah, that's kind of like where we are right now with a lot of these businesses and a lot of these things, to the point where like, yeah, it is very hard to like wanna put money towards something like a Game Pass, where like you have to spend $30 to I don't know. It's ridiculous to me, and it sucks. And yeah, and I don't want to like be like super negative in this video, because I try not to, like, when it comes to like videos like these, like I don't want to make it a habit to, you know, always talk about the negative things that are happening in the gaming space. But I do feel like, you know, talking about, you know, something like this is important, and understanding it is important as well. Bro, it's gotten so bad to the point to where the actual like website to cancel your Xbox Game Pass subscription, it was like, it wasn't even like, it was like literally crashing, because there were so many people trying to cancel their Game Pass subscription because of what had happened. Like it's, oh my god, that in itself I thought was like funny and like insane. But you also had like people like GameStop for some reason like tweeting out you know, stuff like, oh yeah, they might be increasing the price of Game Pass, but we're gonna you know, keep our prices at $20. So like you know it's bad, like you know it's really bad that like a company like GameStop is coming out of the woodworks just to absolutely dunk on you. Like that's how bad the situation is. Like, and I don't know, it's just, particularly with Xbox, man, it's gotten to the point where like it's not even like, because I don't know, because I feel like whenever we talk about Xbox in particular, it kind of just seems like, not even kind of, it just seems like every time we talk about Xbox, it is usually something negative. Like rarely, like when we talk about, you know, Xbox and stuff like that, it's never something like super positive or something super, you know, or anything that's like actually good, I feel like. Because I don't know, especially this year, you know, you had Xbox laying off a bunch of people, them canceling some games, and you know, raising the price of consoles, and now this, it's, yeah, it's, I don't know, it sucks, because you know, you want Xbox, or you want the company of, you know, to do well and to produce good games, because you know that's good for competition. Like I feel like it is very necessary to make sure that, like, you know, not only is PlayStation doing good and Nintendo is doing good, but Xbox is doing good as well, because you want to see Xbox succeed. Because I don't want to see Xbox necessarily fail. You know, I want them to put out quality games and, you know, be in good graces with like the gaming community. But it just seems like every time we talk about Xbox, it's something negative. And I don't know if that's necessarily because of the leadership they have over at Camp Xbox, or like whatever, or like, you know, because a lot of people want to blame Phil Spencer for a lot of these things, and yes, he is the head of Xbox, but like when it comes to like, you know, layoffs and like stuff like that, I feel like that's, I don't know, I feel like Phil Spencer isn't solely to blame for that type of stuff. Like I would hope that like when it comes to that type of stuff, he is very, you know, obviously he doesn't, you know, hopefully he doesn't like the fact that like, or I would assume not, that he wouldn't, you know, be okay with like these layoffs and these game cancellations and stuff like that. But I don't know, I feel like you really have to look up, or you really have to look at the, you know, the execs at like Microsoft that are probably making decisions like this, because it's, at the end of the day, it's a company, and you got to run a company, and you got to do, sometimes you just got to do terrible stuff to run a company, and that kind of seems like, yeah, that sucks. And that's not, I don't know, I don't like that, obviously, that side of, you know, any side of, you know, business, where like you have like these execs, or you have these people higher up who think they know what they're doing, but at the end of the day, they're kind of just like screwing around and messing with people's livelihoods, unfortunately, as well. And you know, the people at the bottom have to suffer the consequences, unfortunately. And yeah, it's it sucks. I don't know what else to even say with this video. Yeah, and I don't know. But yeah, in the comments down below, what do you think of everything that's happening with Xbox? Are you still gonna get Game Pass even though it is super expensive now, or are you going to cancel your subscription like it seems like everyone else is doing? So yeah, leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below, man. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. So bye. Oh, by the way, before I end this video, I actually forgot to mention it in the actual video, but and then this is one positive thing to come out of this video is I have been seeing that some of my videos that I've been doing from the past week or 2 weeks, or I think 4 weeks, I believe, I don't know, but I have been noticing that some of my videos have actually been getting views, and I've been noticing that I think particularly the one that I did on the Venom game has been getting views. I think that's like it has like 100 something views, and it's as of right now, as I'm speaking, it is the most viewed video on my channel so far. And I've been also noticing that some of my other videos or some of my current videos have been getting more views as well. And I just want to say that I am really appreciative that anybody that literally like anybody, I'm talking anybody, chose to click on my video, and even if you only watched it for like a couple of even if you only watched it for a couple of seconds and you clicked off, I'm really appreciative that people actually clicked on my video and watched it. And I have also been seeing that I've been getting some subscribers too here and there as well. And so yeah, that's weird to think about, that people are actually looking at some of my content and being like, yeah, I want to subscribe to this guy. That is awesome to see. For the people who decided to subscribe to my channel, I really appreciate you doing that. I'm very thankful, and I don't take this for granted, that even if something as small as this, as getting 100 something views on my channel, that's, to me, that's huge. That's a huge, I guess, milestone, I guess, if you want to call it, or a huge thing to me, at least, that one of my videos was able to get that many views. And I am very thankful that I'm able to make videos, give my thoughts and opinions on things, and try to make content that hopefully people will enjoy. So yeah, I just wanted to say that, and yeah, now I'm actually gonna go now. So bye.